Good morning, students. Students, today we are going to start our next chapter, that is nutrition in animals. Students, you have learned in chapter 1 that plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals, they cannot. Animals get their food from plants either directly by eating plants, and the animals which directly eat plants, they are called herbivores, or indirectly by eating animals those eat plants, and all those animals which eat plants are called carnivores. You have studied about herbivores and carnivores in previous chapter. You also studied about omnivores are those animals which eat both plants as well as animals. Recall that all organisms, including humans, require food for growth, repair, and functioning of the body. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food, and its utilization in the body. So, you have studied in class 6 that food consists of many components. So, try to recall and list them below. So, you have to fill all these 6 columns. What components are found in food? I think you still remember. So, the components of food, such as carbohydrates, are complex substances. These complex substances can be utilized as such. So, they are broken down, cannot be utilized as such. So, they can be broken down into simpler substances. The breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion. So in this chapter we are going to study about digestion. So here are the some main learning outcomes of this chapter, which we will achieve after reading this chapter. After reading this chapter, you will be able to compare the mode of nutrition in amoeba and human beings. You will draw the digestive system in human beings. You will analyze the importance of various steps in nutrition in humans, and you will know that what will be the effect if they don't fall in the sequence. So these are the learning outcomes of this chapter. So let us start our chapter. So let us recall the nutrients which are found in our food. You know that all the animals, they need nutrition, they need energy to perform different life processes, and this energy they get from food. These animals eat plants directly, and some animals eat plants eating animals. So, thus, animals get their food from plants either directly or indirectly. So, all organisms require food for survival and growth. Requirement of nutrients, mode of intake of food, and its utilization in the body are collectively known as nutrition. You already had studied about nutrition in last chapter. Do you know that different organism takes food in different ways? If you see around you in your surroundings, a hummingbird, have you seen a hummingbird? A hummingbird seeks nectar of plants. It sucks nectar of plants. So this is its mode of taking nutrition. Now think about the little kids, small children. Human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth and swallow the food after chewing. But these infants, they used to suck milk from their mother. So this is their mode of taking nutrition. See, infants of human and many other animals, they feed upon their mother's milk by sucking them. See, this is a picture of a snake. Do you know that a snake swallows animals they prey upon without chewing them? chew भी नहीं करते हैं उसको swallow कर लेते हैं. See, this is a frog. It captures prey with its sticky tongue. This is an earthworm. It uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. And these are spiders. They actually weave sticky web in which small insects get stuck. You must have seen in your houses. अगर आपने मकड़ी के जाले देखे हैं तो आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे इंसेक्ट्स उसमें स्टक हो जाते हैं. Actually, spiders weave those sticky webs to capture them only. So some aquatic animals filter tiny particles floating nearby and feed upon them. है ना, पानी फ्लोट करता रहता है तो जैसे ही वो एक्वाटिक एनिमल्स की बॉडी से होके जाता है तो न्यूट्रिशन को फिल्टर करके वो ले लेते हैं और बाकी वेस्ट मटेरियल फिल्टर होके बाहर चला जाता है. अमीबा, यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट अमीबा, यू हैव सीन अमीबा इन लास्ट क्लास. मैंने आपको एक वीडियो भी शो किया था. इट इज़ एन यूनिसेलुलर एनिमल and it engulfs tiny particles of food by using pseudopodia. In next class, you will study about amoeba in detail. Amoeba surrounds the food by pseudopodia and then makes a food vacuole to engulf the food. तो इसको अच्छे से समझाने के लिए मैं एक स्मॉल वीडियो पोस्ट कर देती हूँ, तो आप वो वीडियो देखेंगे तो आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा how an amoeba approaches food and pseudopodia form and eventually surrounds the food, and after enclosing the food, the vacuole from the vacuole and the nutrients diffuses into the cytoplasm. So this is mode of nutrition in amoeba. Do you know that amoeba is an unicellular organism, single cell organism होता है ये. You cannot see it with your naked eyes. To see it, you need to use a microscope. And other multicellular organisms like Hydra. In Hydra, there are numerous tentacles around their mouth. Hydra uses these tentacles to surround its prey and kill them with its stinging cells. Then the food is pushed inside the body cavity. And how do this hydra they take nutrition? I will post one animated video to show this. And what about digestion? And what is digestion? So this was actually the mode of taking nutrition, taking food into the body, which varies in different organisms. Different organisms have different modes of nutrition. Actually, you have to do one activity related to this. See in your book, see page number 17, second page of this chapter. See this activity, activity 2.1. What is the type of food and mode of feeding of the following animals? In column number 1, name of some animals are given, some organisms are given here. In second column, you have to write the kind of food they take, and in third column you have to write the mode of feeding. How do they take that food? Like the snails, how do they take their food? Ants, eagle, hummingbird, lice, mosquitoes, butterfly, housefly. So this is activity for you, this is homework for you. So find out how all these animals listed here in this table, they take their food and what kind of food they take. So some hint are also given here: scraping, chewing, siphoning, capturing, and swallowing, and sponging, sucking, etc. You have to fill these modes in appropriate column. Can you see this picture? Amazing facts related to starfish. See what is written here. Starfish feeds on animals covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. Starfish feeds on which animals? Which are covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. After opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animals inside the shell. And the stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. I will post one more video, animated video, to show this mode of nutrition in starfish, so that it becomes clear to you. So now, what is the next topic? Then what is digestion? Now we will start our next topic, that is digestion. Now, after taking food is digested and then it is passed to the different parts of the body for the growth, repair and other vital functioning of the body. We already know that in our body there are different types of life processes goes on. We do respiration, we do excretion, नर्वस सिस्टम होता है, ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम है हमारी बॉडी का। तो ये डिफरेंट लाइफ प्रोसेसेस है जो चलती रहती हैं। तो इसके लिए एनर्जी की ज़रूरत होती है। एनर्जी वी गेट फ्रॉम फूड। बट फूड जैसे ही हम माउथ में डालते हैं क्या हमें एनर्जी मिल जाती है? नो। सो हाउ डू वी गेट एनर्जी फ्रॉम दिस फूड? We take in food through the mouth, digest and utilize it. And the unused parts of the food, they are defecated. Have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? The food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into 3 various compartments. तो हमारी एलिमेंट्री कैनाल है, हम खाना इंटेक करते हैं फ्रॉम आवर माउथ और स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में जाके ये ब्लड में एब्जॉर्ब हो जाता है और ब्लड में पहुंच के ये एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करता है थ्रू सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन। एंड जो वेस्ट फूड होता है वो हम डिफिकेट कर देते हैं, वो स्टमक से बाहर निकाल देते हैं थ्रू एनस। तो बक्कल कैविटी से लेके एनस तक एलिमेंट्री कैनाल को 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया गया है। नंबर 1 इज़ बक्कल कैविटी, सेकंड इज़ फूड पाइप और ईसोफेगस, एंड थर्ड इज़ स्टमक, फोर्थ इज़ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, फिफ्थ इज़ large intestine ending in the rectum, and sixth is anus. So this alimentary canal can be divided into 6 different parts. So it is not a very long path. These parts together form the alimentary canal और इसको digestive tract भी कहते हैं। So the food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartments. ऐसा नहीं कि माउथ में आते ही ये डाइजेस्ट होना शुरू हो जाता है। डाइजेस्ट होना तो शुरू हो जाता है लेकिन एकदम से डाइजेस्ट हो जाएगा ऐसा नहीं है। जैसे ही ये डिफरेंट पार्ट्स से होते हुए जाता है तो डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में डिफरेंट न्यूट्रेंट्स सिंपलर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होते जाते हैं। The inner wall of the stomach and the small intestine and the various glands associated with the canal such as salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas secrete digestive juices. The digestive juices convert complex substances of food into simpler ones. The digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. So all these are the digestive components, digestive tract, all these are the parts of digestive system: buccal cavity, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus, and some glands are associated with our digestive system which secrete some gastric juices and which help to convert complex substances of food into simpler ones. So all these organs along with the glands constitute the digestive system. Now let us know what happens to the food in different parts of the digestive tract through this video.
Human beings. Human beings take food through mouth and digest it in specific organs for digestion. The undigested food is defecated. The food we intake passes through a specific canal which begins with buccal cavity and ends at the anus. This canal is called alimentary canal or the digestive tract. The parts of the alimentary canal are buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, and anus. The food gets digested gradually as it passes through the various parts of the tract. Digestive juices secreted by the salivary glands, liver, and pancreas also aid digestion. Mouth and the buccal cavity. Food intake in human beings is through mouth. This process of taking food is called ingestion. Chewing food is very necessary for proper digestion as digestion process starts in the mouth itself. What happens during chewing? The large pieces of food we eat are mechanically broken down into small pieces. Teeth helps us in doing so. Action of saliva on food. During chewing, food mixes with saliva. Saliva is secreted from salivary glands located on the lower jaw between the tongue and teeth. Saliva converts starch in the food into sugars and also softens the food. Tongue. Taste of food can be detected by the taste buds present on the tongue. Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached to the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and moves in all directions. Taste buds appear as small bumps on the tongue and have different regions which help us enjoy different tastes. Esophagus or food pipe. The swallowed food from the mouth passes onto the esophagus. The epiglottis, which is a flap-like structure behind the tongue, directs the food into the esophagus and prevents entry into the larynx. The peristaltic movements of the esophagus helps the food to move down the tract till it reaches the stomach. Stomach. Stomach is a bag-like structure with thick wall. It is in the shape of a flattened U and is the widest part in the alimentary canal. The food that enters the stomach is churned and mixes with the mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices secreted by the inner lining of the stomach. The acid helps to kill the bacteria present in the food. It also makes the medium in the stomach acidic. The digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down proteins into simpler substances. Then the food is emptied into small intestine. Small intestine. Small intestine is a highly coiled structure and is about 7.5 meters long. As soon as the small intestine receives food from the stomach, the digestive juices from liver and pancreas are mixed into it. Liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human body and is situated in the upper side of the abdomen. To the right, it is reddish-brown in color. It secretes bile, which breaks down fats. Bile is stored in gallbladder between meals. Pancreas. Pancreas is a leaf-shaped and cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice, which acts and breaks down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. After this is completed, the partially digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where intestinal juices act upon the food and completes digestion of any remaining components in food. The carbohydrates in the food break down into sugars like glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. The food consumed is digested and is now ready to be absorbed into the blood. Absorption of food in the small intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi, which have a network of thin blood vessels close to the surface. The villus increases the surface area of absorption and absorbs the digested food materials. The substances thus absorbed are transported through the bloodstream to different organs in the body and are used to build complex substances like proteins. This process is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down into carbon dioxide and water with the help of oxygen and releases energy. The undigested and unabsorbed food enters the large intestine. Large intestine. The large intestine is wider than small intestine and measures 1.5 meters in length. Once the undigested food enters the large intestine, it absorbs water and some salts from it and passes the remaining waste into the rectum. Here it remains as semi-solid fecus. The fecal matter is removed through the anus. This is called egestion.
So students, after watching this video, should be able to label different parts of the digestive system, and you should be able to tell function of each part of digestive system. You have studied about the different parts of digestive system, the mouth, the buccal cavity. Then these are some activities which we will do later on. You have studied about different parts of digestive system: the food pipe, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the liver, gallbladder, which are some glands. Then you have studied about absorption of nutrients in small intestine, then the function of large intestine. So after watching this video, you must be able to solve this worksheet. I will send this worksheet in a WhatsApp group right now. After this, we will study the digestion in grass eating animals. So in our next